1,
2,
3, let's go!
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a freshman advice video, as you guys can see by the title. So I just had my freshman year, and I was actually at a different high school than all my friends, so I just thought it would be interesting to tell you guys a little bit about my experience and just give a few tips if you are going to freshman year of high school. And some of these tips can honestly even be used if you are older, if you're a sophomore, or you're going to be a junior or senior or whatever. They're honestly helpful just like for all years of high school, but especially for freshmen. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's just get straight into the video. And I'm just going to do like the little background story part of the video, basically to explain why I went to different high school. So I have a few tips just kind of to make friends, how I made friends. So usually I can just kind of point out oh, that person looks like they'd be friendly, or just kind of notice if it seems like they're kind of hanging out with people that you'd hang out with, or if they seem friendly or nice or something. And the hard part is you just have to go up and you have to go talk to them. Because if you just don't go up to the person and talk to them, then nothing's ever going to happen and you're not going to make a new friend. So for me, in theater, one of my really good friends, Christina, also, I didn't really know her before this year. So I literally, one day I went up and I just talked to her in theater because I was like, she seems cool and I need a group for theater, and I'll just talk to her. And then I talked to her, and then it was just great. And it's just as simple as being oh, hi, I'm Paige. And what I've tried to do is just kind of just kind of start discussing topics, if you're in the same class, oh, it's your first year taking theater or whatever. And the rest just kind of comes naturally. And I know it's super nerve-wracking to do this, but it's a great way to make some friends. Even if you already have friends at your school, it's great to make some friends in classes. If you don't have any friends in your classes, or you don't have that many, or you're just looking to expand your circle. The next thing kind of goes to the first thing, and it's just get out of your comfort zone, join a new club, do a new sport, just do something different. And even if all your friends aren't doing it, you're gonna make friends doing that new thing. And just totally just do something you're into, even though it's not the cool thing to do. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. I know it's so hard in high school because there's cliques and what's cool and what's not cool. But honestly, doing something you're passionate about is super cool. And you should just try something new, because who knows, you might like it. And also just because freshman year is going to be a little bit easier. You're going to regret not doing a sport or something if you're in junior year and you're I can't take on a sport. I have 4 AP classes. It's just not going to happen. Why did I not do it in freshman year? And you're sad about it. So definitely freshman year is the time to start new activities, because it is definitely an easier year. Participating in school spirit. Because I know so many people who are it's not very cool. They don't say that outright, but you can kind of tell people they think they're kind of too cool to participate in spirit. But it's just a really great way again to make friends and just to kind of put yourself out there. Another thing is definitely keeping your grades up. Even though I said it's a little easier, it definitely doesn't mean you are gonna get a free pass. Teachers definitely do not most teachers they don't let you turn in late work. You get zeros, those kinds of things happen. It's not just going to be middle school. It's definitely going to be harder. It's going to be different. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. So definitely make sure you're still trying and you're not just kind of blowing it off. Another little thing is kind of a procrastination tip. I still struggle with this, actually. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but a tip I like to use is when I get home, maybe I'll grab a quick snack, but I try not to go on my phone unless someone's texting me and it's super important. Because if I go on my phone for 5 minutes, I'll be oh wait, I'll scroll my phone for a few more minutes. 5 minutes turns into 10, turns into 20, turns into 30, and then I'm wait, I don't have any time to do my homework. And yeah. So it's just really important for me to just get home, if you grab a quick snack, just start working on my homework. Because I'll have time to go on my phone and do all those kinds of things later. But my homework needs to get done now. And also with sports, and if you have sports and stuff, and you're oh, I have dance at 4, I need to make sure I get this homework done because dance goes from 4 to 8 tonight, and I need to go to bed early because tomorrow I'll have early start or something like that. You just need to prioritize and kind of plan. Create a schedule. So for me, it's really important that I'm okay, I'm going to wake up and wash my face and do my skincare. That's going to take 5 minutes. And then I'm going to change, and that's going to take 3 minutes. And I'm going to do this, that's going to take 10 minutes or whatever. Because if you have a schedule, then no, this is when I need to be getting up, this is when I need to be leaving, everything like that. And the same thing kind of goes with after school schedules, and just kind of especially if you play sports or do clubs or something, this is super, super important. So make sure you're not overscheduled, but also not like, you're just kind of procrastinating, and just so that you're not just like crazy, like what am I supposed to do next? Like, I don't know, what do I do? The next thing is planning activities to look forward to. Because I know in high school it can be really hard. You're just like study, 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 you do this, do that. You have to find things to look forward to. Like if you're starting school and it's like Monday and you're in first period and you're already like dreading the week, you can think, well, I have plans with Caitlin on Sunday. And you can just keep looking forward to that and just keep kind of planning it and thinking about it when you have some free time. And that really just always motivates me. And I've never really heard that tip. I've just only ever heard it from my mom. And that is such a good tip, because if you don't have anything to look forward to, then there's just like no point, and you're just like, I'm just going to school, I'm just doing this, blah, 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 blah. The next thing is, I really struggled with this in freshman year, but is creating study habits. For the first few weeks, I barely ever studied, because in middle school, I never needed to study. So I'm like, I need to study? What? But I totally recommend Quizlet, and I know Quizlet doesn't work for everyone, but I think it's super great because you can study so many different ways. Like, it'll read the words to you, like on the listen mode. You can play little games to match the words up, like the terms and definitions. You can like write the flashcards so like you memorize in your head, and that's just super awesome, because for Spanish, I need to look the ins and outs of every single term and how to spell it, the accents, how to pronounce it, everything. So Quizlet was super great for me. I know also flashcards have been really helpful, or if you create your own Kahoots. All those things are super great, but definitely one of those study methods you should be definitely using, because studying is super, super important. I cannot stress that enough. If you don't study, you are not going to do well. I always like to just kind of like review what I've learned today. If it's something new, like in math, if I learn a new theorem in math, I want to review it for 5 minutes, like when I get home. Like just something super simple, especially if I don't have a lot of homework. It's just super great to always be like reviewing, so you can keep the information fresh in your mind. Because I know teachers always like to sneak up on you with pop quizzes, and that's never fun. Another thing goes along with studying is picking good study buddies, because good study buddies help you study better, and that's just really important, because getting off track is never fun. And I know every time, once in a while, you're gonna get off track, and that's just gonna happen. But if you're getting off track every 5 minutes, then you're not gonna get any studying done, and that's really gonna suck, because finals hit really hard. And it's really important to start studying for finals like a month before, because if you don't, then you might be a little behind. And maybe a month is a little much, but at least like 2 weeks or something, and then you'll be good. The next thing is, and I really struggle with this, sorry, I'm like scratching my knee because I have like some bug bites, but staying out of drama and choosing your friends wisely. If you have a friend who repetitively is like being kind of like hot and cold, on and off, kind of mean to you sometimes, then it's just really important for you to just kind of stop being friends with them and just kind of cutting off toxic people. And I know it can be really hard, because you're like, oh, but I really like being friends with them, and sometimes they can be nice, or like, well, they're popular, well, they're cool, or something like that, or well, my friends are friends with them. But it's just important to kind of put you first, and just kind of like be like, well, they're a negative friend to me, and I need to surround myself with more positive people. And it is totally okay to kind of cut off these negative people. And I'm not saying that you have to just like be really rude to them and stop talking to them. There's a difference between being civil and kind of like being like you'll be nice to them, but you don't have to be friendly. Like, you know what I mean? And also, if these friends cause drama, then it's super important to stay out of it. And I know I've had friends that have been in drama before. I've been in drama before. And I'm not saying they're in drama or you have to cut them out. But sometimes it's better to like take a step back if people are in drama. And if you notice you have a friend who is constantly in drama, maybe it's kind of time to kind of decide if you really want to stay friends with them, because drama is just not fun. Pick friends who reflect who you want to be, or reflect your values or good qualities, because that's super important. It doesn't really matter what they wear, or if they're popular, or if they're nice sometimes. It's just really important for them to have good quality of a friend. Don't overstress, because I remember there was this paper due at 8 o'clock, and I turned it in at 8:01 because I was texting a friend, and I was like, oh, like, it'll be fine. Like, I was just telling her like how I like your analysis, because I was really proud, and I just completely did not think like, oh, like, I'll just turn it in at 8, like, I'll just turn it in at 8 and I was like, it's 8:01, I just turned it in. And then afterwards, because I didn't turn it in on time, I just completely freaked out, completely overstressed, and it was just really bad. I totally had a mental breakdown. So I would recommend you never do that, and just make sure, one, you're turning things on time, because again, teachers do not accept late work. Most teachers don't. And two, you're not sweating the small things, because it's important to stay on top of your schoolwork, but if you're too on top of it, it's like just too much, it's consuming your whole life. It's time to take a step back and just take a walk, take a breath, something. High school. And I think if you guys just try your best, try your hardest, participate, you guys will do great. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I know I'm only going to be a sophomore, but since freshman year is still kind of new in my head, I thought I would just give this tips to you guys. Really hope you enjoyed. Again, follow my socials, and yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!